everybody, my name's Chris Army and welcome back to the channel. Today we're starting a career on Motorsport Manager, a new management game recently released. I've checked it out on a few people's channels and a few of the promo videos and everything. Pretty hyped for the game. I think it's been quite a long time for me and for most of us to have a good sort of racing manager slash Formula 1 manager style game. And the last one I can remember that I enjoyed was back in 2001 for F1 Manager, and that was a very limited game, but I enjoyed that. Now I see this as being a vastly updated, much better looking, slightly more in-depth game than that, so I'm hoping this is going to go quite well. We're going to turn off tutorials because I know a bit about the game and I've played through most of the tutorial. It's about as far as I've got. So short session lengths, let's get through the races fairly well. Let's not sort of make the episodes too long. Let's get through a couple of seasons and see where we can take our team. British setup, because that's what I'm used to. Autosave on. Ex-driver. Driver morale would go up. Ex-engineer means part design times go down, which is quite interesting. I'm tempted with that. Financial means you don't have to pay out as much, and political means you get more power on votes, which could be quite interesting. I think we're going to start with a basic one that most people might be doing for a small team, which is ex-designer. So we get our parts a little bit quicker. That might be quite decent. So pale, gonna go for shaved down because that's kind of where my hairline is right now. That facial hair is pretty much on point. A little bit sort of fuller in the front and tidier on the cheeks, more of a line there. But all this is filled in currently with me. So let's go with that. Real date of birth for the old man I am. Let's get in there. And they don't have Wales, so we're going to go for my country of birth, which is South Africa. So that seems to be a nice little way of customizing. Not too much to get lost in, but enough to give yourself a little bit of investment in the character and in the career. So I like that aspect. We've got F1 basically, which is World Motorsport Championship. That's the top tier. If you want to look at these rules, then you can pause the video. I'm just going to scroll through. Everything's basically what, you know, what Formula 1 is at right now. There isn't too much in there. You can't refuel, and there's no driver aids. So that's the top level. Everything else is fairly, you know, standard. You've got a lot of prize money, huge audience, 16 races, 10 teams, 16 locations as well, so every race will be unique across the season. It's a 3-litre V10, top speed of 212, and 0 to 60 in 1.7. No restrictions on parts, and there's your quality of the championship. We drop down to the Asia Pacific Super Cup, Tier 2, like a GP2 maybe, and you can see the team average drops off a lot, but still quite competitive there. Decent teams, 250 million, 100,000 audience, 11 races across 9 locations, and again 10 teams. That's a 2.4 litre V8 up to 194 in 2.6 seconds there, but they do have spec engines. So again, you want to see any of these, we will you can pause the video. I'm just going to scroll through. You can see that it's points for the top 6 here. Low profile tires as well. Refueling, you've got to make at least one pit stop. They do allow driver aids and the spec engines. Everybody has the same engines. Still using qualifying. What we're going to be doing is this much lower quality championship. This is the lowest level you can start at. The European Racing Series, equivalent sort of to GP3. Now, you see 10 events in 6 locations. We visit 6 locations, 4 of them twice. 10 races, 10 teams, 40 million audience, and a prize fund of 125 million. Not great compared to the others, but should be enough to get our team off the ground. It's a 1 litre V6, 181 mile an hour, 3.1 seconds, 0 to 60, and the front and rear wings are spec. So these are our rules. Short practices, we can't get the perfect race strategy usually. 27 laps on average, 40 mile an hour into the pit lane, 6 men in the pit lane to do the stops. Not too much here in merit payments, so big teams don't get that much of an advantage. Every driver gets points all the way down to the 20th place driver who gets a single point. Each position is separated by a single point, of course. 20 all the way down, double points in the last race, bonus points for pole position and fastest lap. These are road tyres, which means they should perform a little bit better in weather conditions like rain. Brutus, not as durable as the Cortez tyres used in the other 2 series. What else have we got? So it's regulated tyres, and we just choose which ones we want to use. We've got a real safety car instead of a virtual safety car, as appears in at least one of the 2 out there, and only 40% of the fuel of the race distance can be fueled at the start. So small tanks, which isn't really great. You need to make 2 pit stops, and that kind of equalizes a lot of teams out. No driver's aids, as I say, spec front and rear wings, and no qualifying. The person who leads the championship, which in week 1 it'll be alphabetical, or at least that's what I've seen so far. The person who leads the championship starts at the rear of the grid. The person in last place starts in first. So it kind of, as I said, theoretically equalizes the team's performance. Those are the 2016 rules. They can change. There will be votes along the way. Not sure how that's going to go for us, but we're going to jump in and see a little bit of the production values of the game. Graphically, production values I think really good, depth pretty decent, and gameplay so far from what I've seen and what I've played, I'm enjoying what is on offer. So a good first start, you know, first iteration of this game. Hopefully it will be a series that continues year on after year, or maybe just, you know, every few years another version comes out. That would be quite nice to see. So the teams down here in the ERS aren't very good. Garuda, the best of the pack. They lack sponsorship, so it'll be easier to get. Kind of easy mode, starting at the bottom. Not for me. Eastwood Motorsport in the UK, not really interested in that as well. Lots of things in place, lots of money, too easy. Not enough chance to really develop the car or anything like that. Now Freebird's got a good car, good staff, decent drivers, decent. Not a bad one, but finishing 3rd on high pressure as well, that's a little bit too much. So to win the sponsor bonuses, that's a real money management game, and that's not really what I'm looking for out of the gate. So Silver Racing, decent team, again a little bit too much. Vexala's got great sponsorship but no facilities, decent elsewhere. I want to put my stamp on the car, the driver and the staff, so not what we're looking for. Octane, again, not really what we're looking for. Dragon tempts me. They do tempt me. So Dragon received much of their funding from their pay driver Bal. While he may not be talented, the money he brings to the table each month helps dull the pain of yet another double-digit finishing position. So one of their drivers basically is sponsored. Someone is paying us to let him drive our car. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. Decent money, expected to finish 7th, good facilities and sponsorship, decent staff levels, and you can see drivers and the car could be worked on. But I'm not sure. Archer, everyone's doing is a good base level to start from. We're not going to be doing that. Predator tempts me. Chance to really build from the bottom and really stamp the identity on the team. But having looked through them, ZRT from the United States, They've made a final desperate bet on a young, talented driver to carry the team this season. Can Valdez be groomed to be the champion they need, or will he prove to be the final nail in ZRT's coffin? Now, I want to put my own stamp on the team in terms of drivers, and they've got great drivers. Dembele is a decent second driver, 32 years of age, not too bad. Could be in place this season, maybe next season, alongside Valdez. I could be okay with that, because in 2 years' time we could be ready to move teams, or if not, the car might be better. I can hire my own staff, we can look long-term at building up this team, and I can get a better second driver, get a nice youngster in as a test driver maybe, and then push them into the second driver spot behind Valdez. We keep Valdez happy, he gives us performances to where we can push the car further than normally would be allowed, and we might just have some fun. So that's what we're going to do. This is going to be an interactive playthrough. So have your say in the comment section below, or tweet me at ChrisArmy. Let me know how we should manage the team, where we should try and spend the money. I think a lot of it I'm going to be doing in video, but at the end of each video I'm hopefully going to be able to hand you guys some decisions, and you can say what you think we need to do. So right now, see, Sergio Valdez's trait there of selfish is pushing us a little bit down. So that's not great. Job security is uneasy. But, you know, we could be okay. We could be okay. So Dembele we'll take a look at. Orly Dembele, female driver. Not great at braking or overtaking. Focus is lacking. Adaptability and smoothness not too bad really for this level. Feedback's decent. Consistency and cornering are quite good. And, you know, good fitness. So I think I'm fairly happy leaving Miss Dembele in our second driver's slot. Now Sergio Valdez, he's only 19. You can see he's got just under 3-star ability with just under 4-star potential. So he could be better. You see, Miss Dembele is 2.5 and will not grow at the age 32, which is why I'm thinking about a young driver. But Valdez, poor fitness. Hopefully that gets better over time. Braking isn't too bad. Not great, but not too bad. Fairly smooth, decent feedback, and consistent. Adaptability and focus, a nice overtaking at 13 should allow us to really fight for positions, and cornering of 15. So if we can get a car that's good enough and give it to Valdez, we could take this championship. So I'm happy there. The car really isn't great. We know that. 9th best on the grid, okay. Drivers, we're second behind Garuda, which is hugely important. We don't need to fight over a good driver. We've got one. We've got a good second driver for now. Let's look and scout out a potential guy for the future. Headquarters, we've got no facilities. We're terrible. Staff, I need to improve there, and sponsors, pretty decent so far. So you can see we've got the event up in the Black Sea. We haven't got much money right now. You can see the driver's standings is alphabetical. Top speed acceleration and high speed corners. So gearbox would be really nice to get underway for this one, because it's crucial for the next one. Yeah, if we can get the gearbox done for this race, then try and work on suspension for the next race, and then start working an engine there. If we had the money, that's kind of what I want to do. So here's the GMA, the Global Motorsport Association. So 9 weeks before this, do we replace track A with track B? Okay, so it'd be less corners, adding in another straight. So I'm not sure how that would affect things, if it's in our favor or not to sort of go there. We've got some sponsors and everything, so let's go through bit by bit then. So you see here we've got our 10s, our basic stats, so let's see how they change over time. We're currently safe. Nothing really has happened yet. Male, welcome to the team. Thank you very much, Natalie Adams. Used to be a chief engineer. Nice. Okay, looking strong. Don't let me down. Interesting, Sergio. Interesting. Hi, boss. Get on okay. Working the socks off. Prove I'm a much better driver. Not sure you're going to be able to do that, but I've got a chance. You know, I've got a chance to win the title. We'll see. We will see. Design facility. Okay. Brakes is bad. Drivers, one of the very best. One of the better drivers. She has a huge amount of potential. Really? Because I'm pretty sure she doesn't have potential. Pretty sure on that. But okay. Targets. So, how well are we gonna do? We should be able to outperform one or two teams. 9th would be simple. Should we push it to 7th? I mean, we've got great drivers. We're the 9th rated team, but the car will improve if we got the money to do it. And this would give us the money to do it. We've got Sergio. He should push us up in terms of points. Like, if he can get a couple of top 3 performances and like a bunch of top 6s, doesn't matter what Dembele does, we should finish better than at least 2 other teams. So we'll be knocking on 7th. I think we go for it. I think we go for it there. Let's take a look at the car. So, medium speed on the corners there. You can see from the suspension, we're quite low down. These are spec parts, of course. High speed cornering and low speed cornering, front and rear wings. So it's quite nice. It tells you what they actually do as well. So you can see deceleration there with the brakes, we're not great. Gearbox for acceleration, not great. And top speed, the engine isn't great either. So we lag some way behind on the engine, but really the brakes and the gearbox we really do need to do. Good improvability, good tire heating, tire wear, and great fuel efficiency on the chassis, however. We can change the car livery. I'm not going to do that first season. We need to build up a bit of bank, but have your say on that as well. We've got some colours that we can change. So, you want us to go for a maybe a purple with a nice little white stripe there. Something like that maybe we could do. Like, have your say and we will get on that. But yeah, I like how we can play with stuff like that. I do like how we can play with stuff, so we will get into car design a little bit. Design Center 1 of 4, Factory 1 of 4. So, a staff center will improve skills there as well as fitness. Okay, so that's a lot of money, but that's something that we probably need to go for. Scouting facility, more unscouted drivers. Okay, hidden drivers. That unlocks more drivers to scout. Forecasting, weather reports. Yeah, no, that's something that's not really needed for us. Theme park. Okay. Okay. Town... tour centre. I thought it said town centre for a second. Like, what? Upgrade buildings. So the factory. Okay, repair and tweak there. It's going to cost a lot of money. Yeah, that is going to cost a lot of money. So we can't do anything building-wise. That's fine. You see, Valdez, Dembele, and Young. Keris Young is absolutely terrible. Not even good as a test driver because she can't give us good feedback. So, my first real decision will probably mean that she gets fired. Although we don't have much money. Yeah, we don't have much money. Let's keep her. We're not going to use her unless we really need to. Let's have a look at these traits. Content. Doesn't care about winning. Okay, so good morale and less money. So, pretty decent as a second driver. I think we'll definitely be keeping that going. Concentration, reliability, part fixes, good pit stops. Okay. I think we might keep those together because they've already got light-footed medium tyre. Yeah, that's good. Parking time to well, that's not so useful, but that I like. Okay. I like that. Good to see. We've got a good driver and a good mechanic side by side. Part fixes are terrible. See, chemistry is good there. Ugh. So the personality traits impact. Selfish and spoilt. Not great. So that would be soft tires wearing less quickly and a super overtake. Oh, I want that so bad. I hope that they can actually get on well. I hope that they can. But that's going to take a long time to fill up, considering if it even can with those two traits. So hates team orders. He will not take one for the team, which is okay. Born leader, 2 to everything. Okay, that happens when they're in the lead, so comes a much better driver in the front. Selfish. That hurts things. And spoiled. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. It's going to affect the work with the mechanic, but yeah, interesting. Very interesting. So I like these. These aren't too bad. These are not too bad. Reliability for each day in production. That's quite nice. Random great component. I like that. And build time -2 days for each million. So that could be handy. It's not too bad. But why don't we go and see unemployed designers? Build time -1 day. Build time -2 days. Okay. So she looks pretty good there. Mitchell Adams -2 days. Good components take no time to build. So we could stack one on there and then put on. Epic. An additional part for no extra cost of time. I like him a lot, but that's not really the quality we will be looking at. I think we're here about the 3 stars, so in qualifying. Okay, so Kai Monk, not really what I'm looking for. Extra time there. Risk level -1. Not sure what that is, but Frederick Kelly looks decent. Max performance instantly upgraded for a legendary part. Okay. Nope. Not what we're looking for. Build time's 5 days, but gives us an extra good. 10 extra days, but gives us an extra great. That's level -3. I think Karen Jones might be a fantastic one there. Not really great at engines. Slightly better on gearbox and blows them away on the rest. Suspension, front wing, rear wing we don't need. That's something else we need to be taking into consideration. And our engine does need work. But I need something with average and good in play. So I'm not sure we're actually going to be getting too much more. What was that? Yep. This is Mia Keller. Let's go down then. Luckily there's a lot of people to choose from. So I should be able to find something that fits our needs. Additional goods, I can put those in there. Wet weather. So reliability would go down. Not sure that's exactly what we're looking for. That's not what we're looking for. I do want someone who can build an engine. Rubbish suspension, good elsewhere. Soft supers and ultras. More performance. He doesn't have anything in there. Okay. Decent for a cyanold. He might be the one we go for just because no weaknesses and unlocking extra slots means that the part would be better than otherwise we could get. I think we looked at her. Ian Brown, no. Hold on. Oh, see, we need to go up to great there. That would take no time, though. Designing extra parts. We'd need to do quite a lot to get up to where they would work for us. And then we're down here on poor people, so I think right now that's a random great component for that. 2 days for every million spent. So not too much difference on engine, a little bit better gearbox, better brakes, a much better suspension. So let's talk. Wages are important. So let's go up to 60 then. How much is our max? 112. You're probably going to want more. Long contract. Let's put you on there. Nice signing on fee. Can't really do much there. And you get 60,000 if you finish 5th or above. Let's just get a contract out there and see how that affects things. We could get an extra good and an extra great slot, which would be nice. So really, by the time we get around to the third part, we'll have 2 great slots. The first 2 parts wouldn't be great to get there. It's a lot of balancing to do, a lot of balancing indeed, but on the whole, that's not bad. That is not too bad. So scouting, this is something I want to do, and we want to see young drivers, please. Young drivers, so Angela, Felipe Nunez, they don't look too good. What have I got around here? Axel Deer, Smoothness could be decent on feedback. Constantine's 28. 23 Cruise. Look at that. Cruise. Good feedback. He could be smooth. I mean, he could be the driver we've been looking for. He's not bad. He could be really good right now as well, but let's scout out Cruise. Designers. Yeah, I'm not sure if we want to get anything. Any of the designers. Race mechanics. Sure. I'd need something. Good chemistry, good pit stops. That's kind of what I'd be looking at here. Chemistry and pit stops. Okay, so Betty Bauman could be okay. And Billy Parker could be really good. There are a couple of decent ones out there. Oh, great chemistry. But he might be with a driver that's really difficult to get along with, which might be something to look at. Not bad there as well, Gary Quinn. Okay, interesting. So that's kind of your scouting screen. You can look at different things there. The season, currently we're putting 700,000 per race. Okay, we should be gaining. I mean, that would mean we're just gaining a tiny bit of money. Let's leave it there for now. If we do well in races, we start earning sponsorship, I think that will be something to go for. But right now we're okay. That's just the standings. That's our calendar. You can see Black Sea, Munich, Milan, Tondela, Ardennes, Munich, Guildford, Tondela, Milan, Black Sea. Interesting. Track layouts. F and A, B and A, B and C. Munich was A and B. So a lot of different sort of different track layouts, which means that they can be affected in different ways. That's quite nice. So let's see what we've got here then. 6 or above will get us 650,000. Okay, that's a decent one. I think that's a really, really decent one. And Maxwell's, that's just money. That's just money. Okay, Kashima, 300 per race. We'll throw that in. Let's get some money going. 12? Okay. 300 per race, so that would be 360. Yeah, it's similar money, but it's up front. So let's put Balmina on there. That's 4 million. That's a lot of money in there. Jet skis for everyone. So the fixed payment sponsors looking quite decent right now, and hopefully we get a better one than Maxwell's beer there. So Kashima and Balmina, nice. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with Ikas or Akas. So what's that? 6th? 6 over 7. Second, 700,000. Only for 3 races. We could get something else in if this doesn't work out. But a 3.2 for Russia. And the Black Sea is the first one, and we do have ourselves Valdez. So let's see if we can't get Valdez's car a little better, because that would be phenomenal. If we could get, what would that 3.2 be? I mean, just like, wow. That's like 2.2 million. And 2 offers here, so 14th or above for 4 races. So the max we'd be able to get here, finishing better, would be what, 600,000. We're already getting more than that here. It is a longer deal, but 16th or above. If we don't feel that the driver's going to do well enough, we could always just do more. Should we just take the million for 10 races for the season? It's 150,000 and a cheap way of getting a little bit more. I mean, 6 or above we should be able to do, so that's kind of what we're looking for. It would just be for the upfront money, because first race of the season it would be not to fly. And if we don't look as if we can finish on the top 2, then we just go with the ICA sponsorship for each race and try and get that 650 a time. I think that's first race regular, so this one we're okay, we can go. And if we're not able to finish 7th or whatever each race, then at least we got a chance at 16th. So I'm going to throw that up there. That's 5 million we've earned on sponsors. We're filled out now. The car's going to be looking pretty good. I'm enjoying seeing that. So the marketability there is decent. We can actually get some decent here appeal. Okay, so we can't get 5-star sponsor, but we can get up to that. We've got 1 star and 1 star with a 2-star regular. We've got 1 star there, which is just going to be for a few races. Kashima's a decent sponsor, so is Balmina. I like having those 2 there. So there we go then. That's basically the setup as things are. I think we're going to go and improve parts, or maybe let's see, suspension could do with that. It's not going to get done until after the race though. One of them would. Okay, brakes. Why don't we could throw those in and work on new gearboxes. Not able really to do too much. In fact, why? See, that's not even before the race. That's a sad thing. So 2 days before the race, we could gain a better suspension. And the top end of that is pretty good. So we wouldn't need new suspension. We can improve that, but that's not going to be much of an issue. We could get a new engine. Improve the engine, but we're looking to make a new engine. But the brakes there. 1 day after, so it wouldn't affect this race. I think we go for suspension on Valdez's car. We make that as good as we possibly can, and then maybe improve the reliability of it. Yeah, we can improve the reliability of it later on. We go and try and get a new gearbox, because that's important for the coming races. We design that, and then the engine, we work on the brakes. Maybe last. So car's looking rubbish. Shouldn't be getting a higher performance car. Thanks for making the car as good. Okay, well, not a lot I can actually do there. Fit parts, let's just make sure that Sergio does have the better parts. To begin with, he does indeed. So there's not too much in it, but he does currently have a slightly better car. So the next race is crucial that we get a good gearbox. And I think the next couple of races a gearbox. So Risk level +1. No. Red zone down. Okay. Could be interesting. Acceleration. If you do a good gearbox. Yeah, if we get a good gearbox, we can improve that up to 63. I think that's quite decent. Let's put that in play. Confirm. There's a bit of money gone. But yeah, that will be a good thing, I think. Let's have a look here in the mail then. New manager. Ja is retiring. Good driver there. What's he get? Ooh, extra tire speed and pit stops. Interesting. Could be a great appointment. Is he really good enough? Well, we'll see. Sergio. Oh, Sergio's birthday. Let's throw a big party. He's our #1 driver. Let's get his morale up a little bit, shall we? We keep Sergio happy. Perhaps he stops being a pain in the ass. It's 100 grand, and I'd rather have his morale up, because otherwise we're gonna have to get rid of him, because his morale is the only thing that's good about the team, since he really negatively affects every other person's morale. Let's go up then to here. Interesting here from Assign Null. So wages are important. Far below. Okay, delighted with those. So maybe we can go down on that. Leave that up there. But insulted. So signing 185 and... oh, look, we've used up a bunch of patience. So maybe we just throw that out there. Staff. What was on staff? Or maybe it was this. Okay. Interview request. I think the game goes through quite quickly. I like that. So let's accept our interview. So a few decent finishes. A little bit of improvement of morale. I mean, if he's winning races, morale will go up. Two great drivers, but I think this is going to go down. No, it doesn't. It goes up. Okay. Finish 9th. We can do better. We'll do better than that. Legendary engineer in the pits. Fans should know they're in safe hands. We're going to push the car to the limits. Let's try and get our marketability up as well. So, chairman, not too bad. Valdez is quite happy at the moment. Dembele's okay. And the marketability of the car is decent. So, I like that. There we go. Gearbox has been designed. We'll get that sorted here. Aliens exist and they abducted him. Zodian, okay, so Sergio Valdez has 20 weeks where his focus goes down and his morale goes down, but his morale's good at the moment, so that's okay. That's okay. But Zodian's real, guys. Oh. Karis Young is getting her own documentary. Marketability goes up for 20. That's good. I like that. 18 laps, 2.6 miles. Okay, 40% chance of rain. Excellent acceleration. Gearbox is the one to worry, but we've got that up and running. Telemetry. Yeah, that's too much money for now. So let's go check out the car. Fit parts. So we want to give this new gearbox to Valdez. Yeah, and let's put in the work there. So it's not bad. It's not great either, but it does give Sergio a little bit of an advantage. It does give him a little bit of an advantage. So, knowledge available, good. 11 days. And that's after the race. Random grey components. See, that could be really nice. That could be really nice. $42.73. I mean, acceleration plus 60, 70 to the max. I mean, that could be really fun. Or that there, extra reliability. So 15 days, but we could have ourselves the gearbox. Let's keep working on the gearbox because we know it's important, and that will put us in good position. So I think the extra build time will decrease the red zone down, or shall we see 98 performance? We work really bit. Yeah, no, this is what we're doing. Acceleration there to max. We're going to put the build time up to increase the acceleration even further. So that's what? Plus 40 to max. Plus 20 acceleration off the front. We give the second gearbox that we've just made now to our second driver. And we give Sergio the good new gearbox when that's done. So half the money is going on gearboxes to start us off, but I think that's going to put us in a really, really nice position. That should give Sergio a little something to work with. He's not really going to have it by the time we get here to the Black Sea. But apart from that, things should be good. Huge anticipation. So Beauchamp and Jar. And we'll see what we can do. Let's go back to the negotiation. Last chance. Okay. Let's go to staff. 10, 10, 9. 10, 9. Extra days. You know what? I think we're going to cancel that out. Stick with Peter Sullivan for the moment. He does have some decent chances here. He's got a chance to improve. I like that. McAndrew can become a fantastic mechanic. We're really looking here at improving Billy, perhaps. But the amount of time they've worked together and how difficult it's been to get up here, I think that's it's going to be silly really to change Billy. So let's not do that. So here we go then. We're going to travel to the Black Sea. You can see Dembele will start towards the rear of the grid. Valdez will start third on the grid because the standings get reversed. So this should be a good chance for Valdez to actually get himself off to a good start. I'm hoping that is the case. Improve the car. Okay, well, reliability needs doing there badly. Like really, really badly. So 25 days after the race, 27 days. So that would be pretty much on Munich. I wonder if we can do both those. That'll be tight. That will be tight. But here's where we're going to leave it from the first video. I hope you're enjoying. Click that like button. Smash that like button for me to let me know you're interested in seeing more of the series. Leave a comment down below. You can follow me on Twitter as well for more news at Chris Ormy, as well as enter the giveaway for a copy of Franchise Hockey Manager 3, another good management game recently released, and I've got a series up on that, so check that out on the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, when we take on the racing world for the first time at the Black Sea in Russia, hopefully finishing second or above to give us 2.24 million bonus. Let's see if that works out. That's going to be a risk, but it's a risk worth taking. Until next time though, guys, I've been Chris Ormy. Thanks very much for watching, and y'all take care.